Welcome, guys. Hi, I'm Carl from the All Balls channel once again, and welcome to another game week preview of the English Premier League. We have a big one this Sunday. Yes, Chelsea host Manchester United, and today with us we have two fans coming from each side of the factions, which is we have Agam Zaveri and Kenroy Jacobs representing Manchester United, and we have one of our regulars, Sandeep Krishnan and Jay Rahi. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Well,
Always
gentlemen,
glad to be here, Carl.
glad to have you guys. Glad to have you, Sandeep, again. Well, we're going to get to our main match, but before we do that, how's everyone feeling? How are the nerves for the United fans and for the Chelsea fans? Again, I'm sure there's been quite a turbulent event, couple of days for the United fans. So, Agam, how do you feel?
Confident, because there's nothing to lose for us. Chelsea
Yeah.
have the lead. Chelsea have a cup to lose. We've got nothing to lose. So we're going to go all in.
Bold statement. Sandeep, again, you guys also do have a bit of your problems as well when it comes to your squad. Do you think, again, at home, do you think the home advantage is going to be that 12th man will help you?
Yeah, of course. Like the home advantage will definitely help us, and we are in good form right now. We just smashed Juventus 4-0 in the Champions League, so I'm confident that we are in good shape right now. And yeah, hopefully I'm confident of a positive result, man. Like also United is not stable right now with Ole getting sacked, and also that should play in an advantage at the end of the day. So let's hoping for the best.
Let's hope so for the best. So, coming to United, Ken Roy, I need to ask you, Man United have kept a clean sheet in each of their last four league meetings with Chelsea. It's a team record only second to probably Newcastle, where they kept them shut out for 6 games. Can you guys keep the onslaught going from the Chelsea juggernaut?
No, I don't think so. That's something that's not gonna happen. As Agam said, when you put that question to him about how do you see this game going? I think it would go positive, but I don't say us keeping a clean sheet. We don't have Maguire for this game. I don't see a clean sheet happening, but I do see one of those those open games happening from United's point of view. Yeah, but no, definitely
Definitely,
not
well,
a clean sheet.
definitely not a clean sheet. I mean, it's going to be an open game. Jay, I need to ask you this. If it's going to be an open game, do you think this will probably boil down towards the midfield? Is it going to be, again, McFred versus Kante and Kovacic, or how is this going to play
Yeah,
out?
basically it'll be mostly more of a Bruno versus Kante, like attack versus defense mostly. If Kante gets in the game, then probably Chelsea have a great chance of winning because as we haven't won against United in the league since I think 2-3 years now. So I think this match will be very pivotal for us.
No, okay. Agam, I need to ask you though. Chelsea also are winless in their last 7 Premier League matches against Man United. The only time they were having a longer run without a league win against the Red Devils was like a couple of years ago, but that was 10 matches. So are you guys kind of confident?
Like I said again, we need to go being very confident in this game. But with the Maguire suspension and Varane being injured, you see the likes of Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof coming in. So I don't know if he's going to play back three, like a 3-5-2 formation. If that is the case, then my question would be, who would be the third defender? Maybe will it be Van Bissaka or Luke Shaw? And then who do we get on the wing? You play like of Telles on the left, or you play the like of Dalot on the right instead of. So it all depends on the team selection as well. But apart from that, I'm pretty confident, and because Carrick must have told okay, this is a game that we need to take on. Just like Villarreal, if you look at that Villarreal game in the Champions League midweek, we were pretty sloppy in the first half. We were not able to make that kind of passes and make a play. But second half, we were actually more calm and composed, and we were able to take the game to Villarreal. So we need to make sure that we do that from the first half itself, because Chelsea can be a tough game if we don't get ourselves sorted in the first half itself. So if they score 2-3 goals, we might end up losing that. So we need to ensure that we keep a clean sheet in the first half and maybe try to score a goal or so.
Sandeep, do you think Thomas Tuchel is going to tweak his team? According to what do you think is the strategy that Thomas Tuchel is going to take into this game? I mean, again, it's a home game, so you think he's going to play conservative or is he going to go all out attack, considering his options?
So I think it's better to go better to be conservative initially because we don't know how United will turn up with Carrick as an interim. So we don't know how the formation will be, how the team will line up, and and also like when the manager gets sacked, and especially we can see in United's attitude, everyone came out openly and took the blame on themselves, and they also mentioned that we are also equally responsible for our form. So I'm just afraid that like that attitude, if they carry on the field, that do or die, like we have to do this, then I think it's better to be in a conservative side of things, take the game to the first half, and then in the second half try to score a couple of goals and win it.
Try to score a couple of goals and win. And speaking of goals, we do have to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. And Kendro, I have to say, Chelsea is kind of like his bogey team because he's played them like around 15 times in all the appearances, and the only goal he scored against them was in the UEFA Champions League final in 2008. Is it time that Ronaldo finally breaks that duck? Like, I mean, it's been a drought, and this is the one team that he's faced the most amount of times and not scored that much. So, is it time for him to stand up and kind of be counted?
Yeah, for sure. So I personally think that Carrick and him are going to be on this, this game plan together since, they were all teammates. And I definitely think they're going to go all out with the attack. Someone did say that Kante and Fernandes are going to be fighting it out in midfield. I think Ronaldo is going to be, all set to, try and get those tap-ins, get the headers in. The whole squad has changed their approach since he's come in, albeit the performances and the results that we've had have not been something that matches what Ronaldo has brought to the team. For example, no one's eating pudding anymore, but I think these are the games. Again, it's only because everything is so open now. There's no manager. These guys are going to run riot, run free. So yeah, for sure, I see some sort of. But it'll be interesting to see where he's playing because against Villarreal, he started on the left. So that also is going to be a very big, sign to see where he starts. But yeah, as to answer your question, yeah.
Well, that's a fair observation, Jay. Though I mean, again, y'all are missing a Lukaku up front, and I'm not sure. I'm not aware whether Werner is fit or not, but I'm guessing he's also out as well. So again, like, is the onus going to be only on someone like Havertz, or will you have like a Hudson-Odoi coming in, or where do you think that attacking impetus is going to come from the Chelsea side?
So probably it'll be Kai in the middle, Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic in the wing. So basically, that's what has been working most of the times. The Cho and Kai connection is really nice. These people find each other anywhere. So yeah, that'll be really great for Chelsea to attack United.
No, fair enough. And just a little bit of a topic though off the pitch, and I'm going to start off with the United fans, especially with you, Agam. It's been a very tough couple of days, and we all know now the impending arrival of Ralph Rangnick taking over as interim manager for United. And I will get to you, Chelsea fans, but do you feel that this whole revolving door of managers is kind of killing the spirit of the club? Because again, I remember Paul Scholes just said that, okay, you got rid of Ole, but you still kept his management. I mean, Carrick and everyone was a part of his management. Like, you should have kept a plan in place to have a different management. You cut the head of the snake, but the body was there. So again, do you think that's going to kind of affect the spirit of the team? I'll start with you, Agam.
It should not. I mean, the staff has been here because there is no one else to take over. Because if you have sacked Ole, who are you going to get in for the team to take on and start working? To be honest, the board has not been doing well. I mean, we are all against the Glazers, and we are still against whatever the results are, even if it is good. We want the Glazers to get out of the club. A structure in place, and with Ragnarik coming in, we might see some good decisions that a board has being made, that maybe he takes up as the interim manager, and then moves into that kind of a consulting role, like a DOF kind of a role. And then maybe at the end of the season, next season, we might end up getting Ten Hag from Ajax, and maybe there's some progress and we might see ourselves in a better place. So fingers crossed.
That's a bold statement. I mean, to go for Ten Hag. I mean, he is one of the best managers right now who's
Yeah,
wanted by everyone.
the
But
reason I
Ken
went
Roy,
for it,
sorry, yeah, sorry, you were saying?
sorry, Carl. So the reason
No,
I
no, go
went
on.
for it because I think Ragnarik has a good relationship with Ten Hag. So
Mhm.
that's the only reason I'm hoping that he might come on board to United.
Yeah, well, Ken Roy, I need to ask you as a United fan. Now, Agam just said that he would have loved, he would like to have Ten Hag at his team. But again, now it's come to a point where you're not really spoiled for choice. And Ragnar, not for all given to him that whatever he's done in the past in football, he's kind of coming into managerial, football after quite a long time, like probably 3 or 4 years now. He was the director of football, Lokomotiv Moscow. Is it going to be helpful for him or for the club? Because he's a man who's coming out of a break and he's going to be hands on after almost 4 years of no football activity.
Um, to be honest, I've heard of this guy only about a few months ago. I have heard there was an interview on Sport Bible for what he said. He said something about there was something about football and the turmoil going on in Man United, and
Mhm.
uh, it's difficult. This question is very difficult to answer because right now I am looking at it from a point of view as a fan. I'm hopeful. From what I hear, what he's done for football, yeah, he's big. Apparently, he gave Klopp and Tuchel their big breaks,
Mm.
and But I also read something yesterday which said, he is what the Leeds manager is to Pep Guardiola. So
Okay.
he sort of like this the teacher and Pep was the student. But in
Mm.
all honesty, the student has more trophies than the teacher. So
Yeah.
yeah, I am a bit skeptical about it. But I think from what a lot of pundits and experts are saying, it is the right direction that they're going in. And yeah, as he said, as Agam said, director of football is something where his expertise are in. So
Hmm.
I don't think the managerial role is something that he's going to be able to handle well, but he'll bring enough of experience to get someone good in and kind of
Hmm.
understand the whole complexities of the club.
No, that's a fair point. I mean, Sandeep, now I need to ask you again. Like I was just telling Agam and kind of like they're going through that revolving door of managers. And which other club is famous for revolving doors of managers than Chelsea? I mean, we all know the history as well. So, I mean, you guys have probably had the most amount of managers since the time Roman Abramovich took over, but you have had a lot of success. So, is this a formula that they're trying to replicate, or is it something that only Chelsea can do? And what advice would you
Yeah.
give to the United fans, actually?
See, I think this formula is getting applied to all football clubs recently. Like, I don't see apart from a Klopp or like no other football manager is there like at least 3 years. And nowadays
Hmm.
across all football clubs, the average is like 2.5 to 3 years. The manager's lifespan is like after that like something like he is getting sacked.
Mm.
Uh, and it's a lot to do with like how football has evolved over the years, right? Like money has flowed in, like anything. Players are getting huge wages. It's difficult to manage egos and like other stuff, and also the expectations of the club owners and fans, and like because the moment you pump in money, there are expectations,
Mm.
right? And if you're not able to fulfill, then there's a pressure to get sacked. Now, unfortunately, you can't sack a player, so the manager gets a hit, and the manager is out, and right, like someone
Yeah.
comes in and has to do the job. But but I think United missed a bus on Conte.
Mm.
Like if 3 to 4 weeks back, if this decision was made of Ole getting sacked, then they had a very good chance of getting Conte. And I think like a manager like Conte is a perfect guy, which United needed at this
Hmm.
point of time, right? It's important. Like for example, like Frank Lampard was a club legend. He's like like I cried when he got sacked, right? But on the other side, we saw the opportunity of Thomas Tuchel being available, right? And we
Mm.
grabbed that opportunity, right? We didn't wait. We grabbed that. We went on there. We got him on board, and he delivered, right? So I think this missing the bus on Conte will fear United fans like in the future, and I'm afraid. And the worst part is Spurs got him. So I'm just afraid that he doesn't change things at Spurs, because I like mocking the Spurs fans
Same
around.
here.
Yeah, but I think it's important to find the right manager at the right time. And even though when you're going for the sack, like Conte was available, they should have just gone for him 1 month back and close this chapter altogether. So yeah, because now Rangnick will come in, he's not going to be there for like a period of 2-3 years. It's a 6 months period, and in the summer new will come in, right? And it's like an entire cycle, right? So I think Conte would have been perfect fit for these guys.
Jay, I mean, Agam and even Kendra also mentioned, even Sandeep mentioned again, he's the guy who introduced Thomas Tuchel and Jurgen Klopp, who gave them their movements into the managing world. He's probably the man who's invented the gegenpressing, style of play. But again, he's a man who's away from Is this a good appointment for United?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, not really, because he hasn't really won major trophies a lot. Like I think he's won the league title with Hoffenheim. I don't remember. That's all. For United to be competing for major trophies, I think they should have, as Sandeep mentioned, they should have probably gone for Conte, because as it's known, he's a serial league winner. He even won the league with Inter. Even with Chelsea, he won the league in his first season itself. So yeah, probably it's not a great appointment.
Not a great appointment. Well, I for one, I know United fans might not agree with me, and I know there are a couple of United fans in the studio who might not agree with me. They're not here right now, but I work with them. I for one, I'm a big fan of Steve Bruce. I still think that man should have been given the interim role for United. I don't see what was wrong. I mean, if you could give it to Ryan Giggs for interim role, what was wrong with Steve Bruce? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But probably that's just my opinion. But coming to that, we shall now go to score predictions. Agam, how do you think this game is going to play out? What do you think is going to be the final score?
This is going to be a very tight game, so I'm going to go for a 3-2 win for United.
A 3-2 win for United?
Considering it's an away game and we always end up winning the away games, we have a good record when it comes to away games.
With a slight hint of controversy to it, maybe?
No.
No? Okay, so slobber knocker. Sandeep, do you agree, or do you think again it's going to be a steamroll by Chelsea?
2-1.
2-1 to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Kenroy, what are your score predictions?
3-1 to Chelsea, and someone's getting a red card.
3-1 to Chelsea and someone's getting a red card. That came from United fan, guys. Just mark that down. Yeah, Kenroy will talk later. Don't worry. And Jay, what do you think are your score predictions?
For me, 2-0, because with the defense we have currently, I don't see them scoring against us. So yeah.
I agree with you, Jay, here, but I'm just not
yeah, because Anthony Taylor is the referee.
Agreed. 100%.
I think there's going to be drama, but yeah, it might just be a fun game. Again, it's also two good goalkeepers, Mendy and David De Gea, coming together. And right now, David De Gea came off a really good match against Villarreal. So I'll go for 2-1 Chelsea, just because Chelsea's playing at home. But gentlemen, thank you for your predictions. We're going to move along to the rest of our matches for the weekend, starting on Saturday, the 27th. The first match of the day is Arsenal versus Newcastle. So, Kenroy, I shall ask you first. What are your predictions for this match?
I have no one from the Arsenal team on my FPL, but I do think that Arsenal are going to win this 2-0.
2-0. Jay, do you agree, or do you think that the new billions at Newcastle are going to take over and there's going to be a change?
I think I completely agree with Kendra, because Arsenal has kind of got it rolling for the past few games. So only the Liverpool game was a little bit setback, because let's face it, they're Liverpool. So yeah, I think they'll win it.
Fair enough. We'll move on to our next game. Agam, I need to ask you, Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. Patrick Vieira meets his old foe, Steven Gerrard. How is that game going to play out?
Because the way Vieira has been playing his tactics, he's been amazing. So Villa might give a tough fight, but I will favor Palace side with Zaha scoring, So I think
Zaha scoring
2-0 victory maybe.
2-0 victory. Sandeep, can you make a case for Aston Villa? I mean, again, it's going to be Steven Gerrard's match, so it will be fun. It will be entertaining for sure.
I'm going for a draw in this game. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because I saw Aston Villa's last game. Like something's changed. Like I can see, like like they're pressing more for goals, and I think it's time for Danny Ings and all these guys to come back on form because like they have Gerard now. So
Yeah, they
and
might end
Gerard
up slipping.
has.
A lot of attacking impetus. Just don't let them slip anywhere. We'll move it along though, gentlemen. Ken Roy, we have Norwich versus Wolves at Carrow Road. Norwich coming back from a win, finally their first win of the season under Dean Smith. And they're playing at home. So is it going to be cut and dry for Norwich, or do you think Wolves can cause an upset?
Wolves again. 2-0, 3-0 to Wolves.
2-0, 3-0 to Wolves. And Jay, are you sure you wouldn't think that Norwich can get something out of it, considering now
No,
that they've
not
got the
really
new
because
manager appointed?
yeah, not really because they haven't been playing that really well, and Wolves, as we know it, are at least a mid-table team. So I think it'll be a great win for Wolves.
A great win for Wolves indeed. Moving along, we have Liverpool playing Southampton. Agam, I guess this is pretty cut and dry. I mean, it's Liverpool versus Southampton. I remember there was one time Ralph Hasenhüttl cried and went down on his knees when they beat them that one time, but it's Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah.
What's your score predictions?
Maybe a 4-0 or a final victory for
Of,
if they
and
play
I'm
really
sure
well.
if they play really well, and I'm sure by this time Sandeep was licking his lips, thinking like, yeah, I might as well just triple captain Mohamed Salah.
No, triple captain for sure. I'm not changed my captain since the last 6 weeks. By the way, it's been Mo
And
Salah, and he's been scoring.
he
Same
he
here.
is
Yeah,
the no, he is the gift that keeps on giving. Even I've actually not changed him. I'm pretty sure all of us over here have not changed
Yeah,
Mo Salah for
true.
the FPL team.
That's true.
Anyway, so we'll move to our next game. It's Brighton against Leeds. That seems like a really interesting match. Ken Roy, what is your insight on this?
Leeds is playing some really interesting football from like last season. I love how they play. But yeah, even Brighton is one of those sides that they're kind of like a Leeds and they can like just show up. So it's going to be an
Mm-hmm.
interesting game, and I think I'm going to go with Brighton 2-1 to Brighton. It's going to
2-1
be an
to
interesting
Brighton.
one. Yeah.
Well, that will be very interesting. And Jay, again, it is Brighton, and Graham Potter, for all it's worth, he's set up quite a squad, and they look like a team that would like to be challenging for Europe, even though a lot of people are not putting them in that running. But so far, they've been decently consistent. So, would you agree, or do you think that Leeds again? It's murder ball again from Bielsa.
Yeah. So I think probably it won't be a goalless, but I think 1-1 or 2-all draw because
Mm-hmm.
both teams play entertaining football and mainly attacking football. So yeah.
No, fair enough. We'll see. That actually, I think that's going to be one of the most entertaining matches. I think over the weekend. We'll move on though to Sunday. I'm sure, as we discussed, Chelsea is going to play United. That will be the last game of the day. But starting off the day, it's Brentford versus Everton at the Brentford Community Stadium. Agam, Brentford again, one of the best promoted teams to be playing right now. The most consistent promoted teams to be playing well. So, how is this game going to play out?
With the form that Everton has been having, and they are missing the likes of ECL, and they've not been settled, I feel, under Benitez.
Mm.
So I can give a benefit of doubt to Brentford. Being a new team, they've challenged the likes of Liverpool, so it can be like a 50-50. So I might go for a draw, maybe a 1-1 draw or a 2-2 draw, because even Tony has been really amazing. He's been scoring goals. He will be on the radar, I guess, for many clubs in the coming season. The transfer season.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, like again, Sandeep, do you think Rafa Benitez's start tenure at Everton has been successful, or would you say it's very hot and cold?
I think yeah, it's hot and cold, not that successful, I can say. As Agam mentioned, that DLC, like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and like he's the main player for Everton last season, and he's been injured most of the time this season. So like I think things will change once he's back.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's one that striker that like he will provide goals, and Everton has been not scoring much goals this season comparatively, so that's a missing link, I think. And I think once he's back, things should be like on the upwards for Rafa. So yeah, that's my verdict on that.
Well, fingers crossed then. And our next match at Turf Moor. I mean, I'm trying not to say this without a smile, but it's Burnley versus Tottenham Hotspur. So, Ken Roy, Antonio Conte, do you think this man has bitten off more than he could chew? Because they just lost recently in the UEFA Conference League to a team that didn't even exist the last time they won a tournament. They won a
Did,
trophy. So,
didn't even exist is an understatement. I saw again. I've been on social media. Apparently, this
uh,
club's logo is not on Google. It was that bad. So I don't think he's realized there is a crisis situation at Tottenham. He's an excellent manager. As a United supporter, I would have loved to have him, but unfortunately, we don't. But I think it's going to take him time. He still has to understand what each player is capable of. I mean, obviously he's been in the league before and he kind of can figure some things out, but it'll take him time, and it's kind of scary what he could do for Tottenham. So and this game you're not going to see it in like 1-2 games. It's going to take a while, but maybe you'll see like signs of what he can bring to Tottenham, and you would see it in this game because he's not someone who's going to take that defeat lying down.
absolutely.
He's
No, he's someone who gets very annoyed when his team loses, especially the way they lost in that last game. And Jay, I need to ask you though, Burnley is that kind of team that can pull off those kind of surprises, even though they play that Sean Dyche style of long ball football. They do look like Tottenham is ripe for the pickings at this time, at this point.
Yeah, I think Tottenham can win this game because Conte is really good at league games, so probably he'll fire up his team in that way. And since they lost the last game, they'll be looking for a win. So yeah, I think it'll be Tottenham's game.
Oh, it will be Tottenham's game. Okay. I'm going for a Burnley upset. I know. For my own reasons. And for our next game, Agam, it's a return for Mr. Ranieri to his old little hunting ground, Leicester City versus Watford. Is it a Leicester steamroll, or can Watford, especially coming back from that United win, can they just keep that run going?
To be honest, I don't know. I mean, the form of Leicester has been going down, and they've just dipped in the form. The defense has been very bad. The midfield is almost like you literally find the midfield lost. So I favor Watford over Leicester, but in the end, Leicester is being one of the top teams. They might show up at the end moment, so you never know. But I'll still prefer Leicester 2-0.
Yeah.
Or maybe a 2-1, maybe because of the
A
defense
2-1.
that they have. Yeah.
That's a fair assessment. I mean, Sandeep, you could also probably say that again. Brendan Rodgers was another guy who was up for the United job. He was rumored for the United job. Do you think that he was just kind of distracted with all that attention? That's why the dip in form for Leicester, or is it just like a problem with injuries?
I think the problem with injuries is there, and also like Leicester has not been performing that great since the start of the season only. It's not like right now. Like last season, we could see they were always around like third, fourth, fifth. Like the table they should always be there in those spots. Like nowadays, it's really bad, and I think the team is not performing. I think like they are invested like well in this team, this transfer window. The Europa League is getting to them. Like Thursday night travels and everything is getting to them, and I can see their performance. Yeah, like Patson Daka, like what a player he is. Like he's been scoring like in every Europa League game. I don't know why is he not playing much in the Premier League. Like he's not much of a starter in the Premier League. He should he should be given more opportunities, man, up front. I think there has been some problems in there, but of course, Brendan Rodgers is a great manager, and I'm sure that he will sort things out there, and Leicester City will be back where they belong. But for this, especially for this game, I'll go for Watford because, I saw the last game against United, and I see that that confidence will help them to go to Leicester and take the fight up with them. I'll go for like a 2-1 to Watford here.
Well, I can't wait to watch the atmosphere when Ranieri walks onto the ground because I'm sure he'll be welcomed with open arms. Gentlemen, our last match of the weekend is Man City versus West Ham. I feel that this is probably the second biggest game of the weekend considering the form of the team. So I'm going to ask all four of you, starting with Ken Roy. Man City versus West Ham. Your score predictions.
Scary, man. Man City are a scary team. I saw what they did to PSG. I'm thinking something like 4-0.
4-0. You're not even giving West Ham a shot considering their form
Not
as well.
even. After what they did to PSG, no ways. No ways. Like, they're scary. They're just downright scary, that team.
That's a bold statement. Jay, do you concur? Do you think that that West Ham can get something out of this? Can they at least salvage a draw or something?
No, the draw is out of the question. Maximum they can get is 1 goal out of it. So I think it'll be 3-1 or something. Because as Kenroy said, Man City is really scary this season. So yeah, 3-1 would be for me.
They are scary, but Agam, I'm sure you can say that. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, and I still think that there are chinks in Manchester City's armor in where you can try and power them through. So I'm sure David Moyes has a trick up his sleeve. So
in the end, David Moyes is always a rare. So he might end up trying to get a victory against the City guys. So I'm gonna give an odd prediction. I am favoring West Ham to win against City and upset them. Maybe with a 2-1 victory. With a 2-1 victory for West Ham. But the reason being, in the end, Champions League is one thing, and Premier League is another. PSG play the Farmers League, so come on. Everyone can beat PSG. You've seen United doing it even after being down. When a very cold night in Paris. So that's nothing. Beating PSG is like a cup of tea. So, but beating West Ham in the form that they have right now, I would still favor a 2-1 victory for West Ham with the form that they are in.
Do you agree, Sandeep, or do you again think that it's the Man City, juggernaut that's just going to steamroll everyone?
I wish Agam is right. From the top of the table, I look, and like every other game week, I just look at Liverpool and City's result, and I was like, come on, lose. That's what I'm looking at. And I think, if City can lose to someone, like West Ham is a team who's in red hot form right now. Everything is clicking for them. Like the defense, the midfield, attack, like everything is clicking. And I just hope they somehow pull off a victory against City, and that should help us to extend some lead. because I'm not that confident about winning this weekend. Like, though I said a 2-1 prediction, but it will be great if like City drop points.
Oh, yeah. So sure, doing it for the benefit of Chelsea, basically. So you want City to lose, so that
City is losing. City is going to lose, but Chelsea is going to drop points too. That's for sure.
Well,
if you're thinking it that way, that City might drop points, don't forget you might end up dropping points as well, and you will. I would say, not might.
Let's see the other one Sunday, Agam.
We shall see that, gentlemen.
I was just going to talk about that Carl, where he mentioned that Ronaldo scored the goal in 07. So I said he only scored the goal where it was much needed. So, he might end up doing that here today as well, tomorrow on Sunday.
He might end up doing that. But again, I mean, we'll see on Sunday, because that he needs to break that record. He's got such a high scoring record against so many teams, but it just somehow seems to be that Chelsea's that one team where he struggled to. So I really hope for him, knowing that he's one of the greatest of all time. So who knows? We'll just see. Come Sunday, we might just see prime Ronaldo turning up. But gentlemen, that kind of wraps up our whole pre-week talk. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time off to have a discussion with us. Agam, Sandeep, Jay, Kenroy, I can't say thank you enough. I really do appreciate you guys coming here.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks,
Carl, for having us.
Well, guys, thank you so much. The pleasure was mine as well. For those watching at home also, I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to share, and subscribe. Give us one of these if you like as well. And this is Carl signing out. This is the end of the episode, and I'll see you when I see you.